The police stopped the drug dealer. Just open your mouth and want some special service. Men move the road in an instant. See if he refuses. Man. Busy indication. We are a whole. To have a team spirit. Watching the two of them arguing, the police quickly stated that they were a gay, not interested in women. Watching my wife let me go, the husband's head twitched. Looking towards my son feels that he must pretend to be friendly, and then take the opportunity to kill her. Upon hearing this, my husband. Unlucky. Who did the child learn such violence from? All we need to do is simply open our mouths. My son immediately expressed. He's not a fag. But the husband doesn't want to give up. Start to be obedient and persuasive. How do you know you're not? What if you are? My son was soon deceived and crippled. Okay, just as they were discussing it, the police are not happy anymore. What a big deal. You're still grinding around like this. Either eat chicken, either give me a machine. The duck cooked in peso flew away. The police can only reluctantly blow out a kiss. This son looks very clever. Say. It turns out that these people are not really a family of 4. It's just a temporary patchwork. Why come to Mexico for smuggling? Let's start a few days ago. Definitely unexpected. Seeing a young girl being teased by a gangster, you immediately took action with justice, but overestimated one's own strength. Quickly pressed by someone, David quickly ran to the stand upon seeing this. I thought Kenny was a pig teammate. See him to help. Open your mouth. Just say he's a big drug lord. Let the gangster show respect. That's the point. David was completely ransacked. The boss was furious when he learned about this matter. It's about to be done on the spot. He's a veteran employee. Decide to redeem oneself with just one chance. Let David go to Mexico to get another box of goods. But cross-border smuggling requires multiple lines, so there are multiple lines. David racked his brains and couldn't come up with a safe way, until he saw the traffic police chatting and laughing with a family of campers, greeting each other. He had an idea in an instant. The car is easy to handle. But where did the family find it? Suddenly, he had an idea in his mind. My son asked Kenny to play the role of his daughter. Just look for the big sister from last night. But the girl refused on the spot. After all, if we can't handle this properly, we'll have to go to the bureau, unless you have to pay extra. As for the choice of wife, David thought of his neighbor Ross. He is a nightclub service staff. Sexy and beautiful. Charming. It's a perfect choice for a wife. Final. David uses superpowers. Successfully convinced him to join the team. Just like this, a family of 4 successfully gathered together. Easy arrival in Mexico. However, the agreed upon box of goods turned into a carriage. A few people looked at the simple and unadorned way of storing goods, lost in contemplation. Fortunately, the boss said, the security guard at checkpoint 1 has been bribed. Bravely move forward and it's over. But what a few people didn't expect was, just after getting rid of the police, I encountered new trouble. In order to smuggle drugs from Mexico into the United States, 4 people formed a temporary family. Unexpectedly, when passing the security check, David mistook the brake for the accelerator due to nervousness. A package of goods fell directly into my arms. What's even more deadly is that this happened to be clearly seen by the woman next door, driven by helplessness. I have to say, this is a baby. I'm about to go through security checks soon. David looked nervous, trembling to keep everyone calm, but the voice has not yet fallen, so the police came over. Say, Channel 1 found illegal individuals crossing the border, causing congestion. Have a few people drive the RV to Channel 2. A few people are confused. What should I do? Not only that, but also, Ross also picked up the goods with ease. Faced with questioning by police officers, remembering the truck full of goods again, several people have already figured out how to spend the rest of their lives in prison. Seeing the police about to open the car door, suddenly, several stowaways burst out from the bottom of the car. A few people were lucky enough to pass the security check like this. Lola is extremely sad. David overlooked a weight of 2 tons of marijuana, stomp hard on the hill. As a result, the RV exploded. Just a few people, that's it. Trapped in the wilderness. There's no village in front of here. Not coming back to the store. My phone doesn't have a signal yet. When I was in despair, I met the woman I had previously greeted. Their husband and wife are extremely enthusiastic. Speak up directly to help them tow the car. The 4 of them just breathed a sigh of relief. But soon, new issues arise. Big Beard asked David to get a map in the glove box. He needs to see where he's heading next. Can shoot at once. Pistols and police badges come into view. This scared David into a daze. Ouch car. David and Ross had a buzzing brain. Hurry up, a family gathering. Discussion strategy. I finally decided to leave when the car was repaired. What's surprising is that the garage is closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Big Beard visible. Take the initiative to suggest that the 2 families should not communicate their feelings together. After listening, the woman suddenly wants to hug the child. This startled Ross. Hurry to block. Pushing and shoving the package towards the center of the road. The woman screamed out in fear. Ross also screamed along, just as he didn't know how to explain. Tie at me. I stood up and said, this is just homework. The child is disguised. Although the reason is absurd, Fortunately, the Beard family believed that the two families would have a bonfire party together at night. Playing with your painting, I guess my son will be the first to appear. I saw him flick his pen, just drew 2 strokes. Ross had an idea. Ah. Don't look. My son is very disappointed. I drew a skateboard myself. There are so many people drawn. Why can't you recognize it? Night. David pulled Ross and quietly walked into the bearded tent. They decided to steal the car keys, then replace the parts with your own car, so we can go home safely. But they just started. Big Beard wakes up with a start, bounce up. The man went to steal the police car keys. I never wanted to be caught. They want to explain. However, the two were confused. What is this situation? But right now, there's no other way. I had to push the boat along with the current. 3 minutes later, they walked out of the tent. On the other side, my son fell in love with Bifumea from the Dahuzi family. He fell in love at first sight, and the girl also has a liking for him. Seeing no one around, the girl closed her eyes. Unexpectedly, my son hugged me up. The 3 losers are dumbfounded. I thought you were really useless tomorrow. Then the 3 took turns to fight. David taught him how to pick up girls. My daughter and Ross taught him how to kiss. I thought I could take the girl down tomorrow. However, then we'll think about it. Really sorry. Brother. 10 charms, come on. The boys' love ended before it even started. The next day, the Beard family dragged them to the repair shop. Express. After these 2 pleasant days, happily left. Can just enter the factory. David found out that the boss had been kidnapped. It turns out that their goods have not been paid for yet. The drug lord angrily chased after him directly. This is a real pit, Dad. I can't seem to live anymore. David gritted his teeth. Take responsibility on oneself. Say. They're not a son and daughter of the same family. It's the wife of a community. It's a neighbor caught from a nightclub. Seeing the drug lord still not letting people go, Ross doesn't want to give up his life. So leverage the advantages of nightclub technicians. Make my son subconsciously pull the pant chain. Subsequently, several people cooperated and successfully escaped. Unfortunately, a spider crawled into his son's crotch. Took a bite on my brother. He screamed incessantly in pain. Wanna see a doctor? Watch his crotch grow several times larger. David looked envious. Ross was also screaming and screaming. But after all, it's a private part. Ross still thinks he should go see the hospital. But David doesn't think so. Old lady, are you really stupid or fake stupid? I want to find a spider to bite him in this situation. Don't listen to me. You haven't finished peeking yet. Helplessness. A few people had to go to the hospital. But the child has just been cured. David is about to continue his journey. 3 people don't understand why they don't relax for a while. David is in a hurry. It's said that there will be $500,000 delivered tonight. Ross was instantly angry. You only gave me $10,000 for this $500,000. My daughter is also angry. $500,000. He only got 3,000 shares. My son has a bewildered expression. But there's still money for this job. The David team is about to fall apart. Teacher David admitted his mistake and said, everyone shares money. That's how I got forgiveness. Taking advantage of the darkness. Although we were about to leave. But I found out that the Beard family was also here. Even more coincidentally, the drug lord has also caught up. Seeing a Cyclops loading a pistol, just check the Big Beard. Just forget about him. And boss Bifumea has been kidnapped like this. In order not to implicate others, David is willing to trade his life for another. But the fireworks caught the attention of drug lords. David seized the opportunity to seize the pistol. My son also charged up and punched me. Bifumea has been saved. Let the two forget their past grievances. Thoroughly reconcile. Hey! Although capturing thieves is meritorious, drug trafficking cannot be tolerated. The bottom line requires an arrest. However, Big Beard indicates, before catching someone, hold them with your family. That's it. David brought 2 tons of goods to the boss. But the boss is extremely stingy. I don't even want to give money. Then he said, you lost the goods. I didn't kill you. Just be content. Now it's even. Just finished speaking. The anti-drug police descended from the sky, rushed into the office. Final. David has been protected as a stain witness, although he didn't receive any money for this trip, but unexpectedly gained their own love, and the video of her daughter using her swollen crotch became an internet celebrity, harvest millions of fans. The son is a successful addition. Each of the 4 has a beautiful future.